Hello everybody. We're looking at the housing in Panama City, and it occurs to me there's different aspects to it that we could discuss. But this is an interesting view here from the terraza. By the way, I hope we've answered some of your curiosity some of you had. I know you're at home watching our videos and you're wondering what in the world is your what's the pull for Panama City. It looks like Atlanta or Miami or something. And in a way it's true if all you're doing is looking at the skyline, but when you're on the ground, you know you're not in Atlanta. You're in Central America and you know it. However, the infrastructure issues are, I mean, the infrastructure is better here. Oh, we touched on that in the last video. So, but the housing issue is a serious one here. You can see that just like any other city, it's, you know, you're looking at apartments. And so, I mean, there are some houses, but over here you're looking at it's that causeway that goes around the
called Mirador?
Costco Antiguo, which is right behind this big building right here. You can maybe see the tip of it right here. That's where Costco Antiguo is. And then down here is the main corridor in front of the bay right here. So, and then you've got these, you see that most of these buildings are pretty new in this area, except for a couple of small ones, but still old ones. But all the new buildings are all mostly fronting the bay and you know, running parallel with the bay, and then you've got the older sections in the back here. So so you're looking at apartment living mostly. There are houses, a lot of them are in subdivisions, and there's I haven't really been impressed with it because this is all personal viewpoint and personal assessment, but they're cookie cutter housing, you know, reminiscent of the kind of housing projects you see closer in in the States. You see them closer into the city, and they're the houses are all right next to each other, you know, with barely maybe 4 feet or 6 feet of room on each side, you know, and they're all like that, and pretty much without exception. So, and these are new housing projects. So no matter how you look at it, you know, you're looking at apartments or cookie cutter style housing, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I know people in the States that have bought in those projects, and you know, it's brand new housing, and you know, it's usually the lower end of the U.S. pricing, which isn't. It doesn't mean it's bad housing. It's, you know, it's maybe in the $200,000 range or $250,000 range, but you know, here it's the same price or more. Actually, it's more. Actually, we've seen a lot of housing that's actually costs a lot more than in the States. The quality of the housing is questionable too. I mean, if you have an eye for construction, which I do because I've been looking at houses for many years, and yeah, I have an eye for construction, and I see it. I see I don't know, I hate to go into detail on this video, but let's just say that the values just aren't there. It just seems to me that the market is, it looks topped out to me, you know. I mean, it's you just don't get anything for the kind of money that they ask for this real estate here. You know, you're getting stuff that looks outdated, and it looks like it was built in the 70s, and even though it wasn't, and it's just tiny and small. You know, plastic cupboards in a $500,000 house. They've got laminate kitchen cupboards. You know, I mean, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Yeah, same thing with the apartments. You know, you got apartments, you know, they're asking $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, and they've got plastic cupboards, and you know, a bedroom with no window. I mean, just I want to spare you all this because you know, I could go on, and it's just, the values just aren't here, and we're trying to keep our chins up to see what the, you know, the professional frugalist angle would be, you know, in a place like this. And it all comes down to the housing, because we pretty much have hacked the rest of our existence here. I mean, figured out our transportation would cost around, and this is coming and going every day on the metro tram. The transportation costs are around what it was costing in Salinas, or maybe a little higher. You know, under $100 a month. Now, if you're taking taxis all the time, it's going to be probably twice that much. But under 100 for transportation, it was around 75 in Salinas, so pretty close. Food's close. Advantages here: it rains a lot, and you know, if you're lucky enough to get a little patch of dirt, you can grow vegetables here. You know, clothing, we've hacked that, and transportation, food, miscellaneous. There's dollar stores here. There's lots of cars, a lot cheaper than Ecuador, if that's what you like. Motorcycles, entertainment. There's lots of entertainment in different price ranges. I mean, you know, I'm going for the 2 1/4 chicken soup, but you can go for the whatever you want, $10, $20. I'm sure there's even higher than that.
You eat other things. You have the chicken plate sometimes.
Well, I'll talk about that on a different video, because that's a health issue. On us, and it's looking really pretty with the lights coming up on us, and so we've got a little breeze here on this terraza. But this is the much older section right here that's behind the fish market, and then you get into Chorrillo back there. So yeah, but this is it. You're looking at it. And yeah, the condo fees, we haven't really seen anything super low. Everything's about $190 up to $350 a month. Wow. $190 would be on the low end, like for a small apartment, for a 1-bedroom. And then for the 3-4 bedroom apartments are closer to $330, $300. You know, for condo fees, $380, $400. So they're getting up there. So, and if you're not somebody that, if you're not looking, if you don't really like living in a condo, there's not a lot of options here in the city. There's some housing, already covered that, but the other natural question would be, well, what about out of the city? The thing about that is that would seem like a consideration under normal circumstances, but unfortunately there was a crime wave going on, you know, outside of the city in areas that were popular with gringos, foreigners. You know, we're not eager to you see all these newbies on these forums talking about they just got there 2 weeks ago and they've got all these opinions about this and that, and you know, they just got there 2 weeks ago or even 2 months ago. You know, just going on and on with each other on forums, you know, about points about Panama. And really, honestly, I mean, clearly I would say if you just got here and you're in a condo building with security, you really don't have any clue what the safety issue is, you know. But we also go into that a little further in the Patreon area. We go into more detail. But here's something we found out. This bay here, well, it's not a beach. You see there's a walkway here. It's called the Coastal Belt. Everybody knows that. But if you go beyond that turn over there, let's see, where is it? Over here. If you go beyond this turn right here, when you're on the overpass in a bus, you see the sand and you think, hey, there's a beach. But it turns out that it's all mangrove and is not swimmable or walkable, because I don't know, I've read about mangrove but never actually experienced it, but now I have, and it's like a big mud pit. You can't walk in it. So, and the whole coastal over there, especially in a really expensive area called Costa del Este, it's all mangrove. You never see anybody walking on the beach. I was wondering why nobody's walking on the beach. And they've got super expensive condos over there with $300–400 a month condo fees, and all you get to do is look at the water, but you can't use it or walk on it or anything. So right now we're just trying to find an angle. Wish us success. If we find success, we'll celebrate, and but if we don't, then we will celebrate the fact that we have put in the best effort we possibly could, and that the frugalist angle just didn't work as far as housing in Panama City. Anyhow, thanks for listening. Have a nice night.